The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's gonna high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Claire Lynch Hall on the College of St. Benedict's campus for tonight's Section 6 AA Girls semifinal matchup between your Milaca Wolves and the Royalton Royals. As the intro told you, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, but tonight I'm joined by a special guest. I have with me Andy Beckstrom. Andy, thanks so much for joining me.
Special bonus guest. Is that just because of the Milaca connection, or is it just because I got the day off?
Both. No. We always enjoy you coming out and being on the broadcast, bringing your knowledge of any sport to the broadcast as we are here on the campus of the College of St. Benedict's. As I mentioned, these games usually played at St. John's. They switched it up a little bit this year to have it at the College of St. Benedict's. A great venue nonetheless here, Andy, but we get to look at this Milaca team and this Royalton team. I have not seen Royalton play. I've seen snippets of them play. I have not seen them play a ton this year, but as we take a look at some of the section, the bracket right there that you can see, there really hasn't been too many upsets. The only upset was Osakis over Legacy Christian Academy. That was about it. Otherwise, the top four seeds remained, and it was Sauk Center taking down Annandale in the first game of the night here. So Sauk Center has punched their ticket to the championship game, which comes up here on Friday at the St. Cloud State University.
That Sauk Center team is something to behold, though. They run fast. They got twin towers in the middle. They play good defense, and they keep track of the basketball. They shoot well from deep, as you had mentioned before on our way over here, but I was very impressed with the way that they play defense, and they just don't throw the ball away. They keep track of the ball really well, get good quality offensive chances.
A really sound team, but another really sound two teams are these Milaca Wolves and the Royalton Royals. As we take a look at the section standings at the end of the regular season, it was Sauk Center 1, Royalton 2, Milaca 3. So the top three teams are left, and all three of them had 20 or more wins. Of course, Royalton undefeated, but they were not the top-ranked team in the section. No, that was Sauk Center, only 2 losses on the season. Of course, now they're in the section championship game, both undefeated in the section. But Milaca, this is a group that has a lot of experience together. They don't have a ton of seniors on the squad. In fact, if we take a look at their team, 4 seniors, and those seniors are valuable to this team, but there's a lot of experience with this group of girls playing together, and this defense is something to behold.
Yeah, it's a lot of experience, but it's also a lot of fearlessness. And maybe sometimes that takes the place of some experience. If you don't have the varsity minutes, if you're just not afraid of the big spotlight, if you're not afraid of that big moment, I've been in tougher situations. I'm just going to go out there and do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Mm-hmm. So I think it's a mindset and an attitude with this Milaca Wolves team. As you mentioned, the 4 seniors, definitely probably a key to part of that mindset, but some of the youth that they have, they are not playing like sophomores, juniors, or freshmen. They're playing well above their age bracket and just going and getting it, because why wouldn't you just go get it?
And one of them we talk about a lot who starts is Annabelle Gothman, the sister of Madison Gothman, who will both be back next year, which will be a nice thing for the Wolves. But Annabelle Gothman, I have been really impressed with what I've seen from her as a freshman, being able to take in a game like she has throughout the playoffs. On the road, this team was able to beat Holdingford. That's not an easy place to go and win a playoff game, Andy. Then they came here and were able to beat Spectrum. So 2 big wins, and again, we talk about the youth and maybe a little bit of the inexperience for this team, but I think, like you mentioned, that fearlessness has helped lead them all the way to the section semifinal game against probably the best defense in the section in the Royalton Royals, only allowing 39 points per game. Milaca is at 50, but I think that 50 may fool some people where they say, they allow 50 points per game. Well, again, they've played some really good teams who has unfortunately been able to score on them, but this Milaca defense, when they're playing as the best that they can be, they might be one of the best in the state.
they rotate against the ball so quickly. They're able to match up pretty well. They're good and flexible. They have a little bit of height. They don't have quite the height of a Sox center type of team, but when you get Hunt in the middle, that's somebody that can really affect what you're trying to do as a ball club, because she's got a little bit of height, a little bit of length, but she's so quick to the ball. And then when you talk about the guard play, as you mentioned, the Gothmans before, just fearless play, and they're going to get after you. They're going to play aggressive. They're going to play right up in your face. They're going to force you into some turnovers. Maybe they're going to pick up some fouls, but that's okay. Fouls are there to be able to give. You get 5 of them for a reason. Just because you get 1 or 2 doesn't mean you got to go sit down. You just got to be careful about it a little bit, but they're not afraid of being aggressive.
No, they're not at all. And taking a look at this Royals team real quick, again, undefeated on the season. They had a close game against Albany. Albany, a little bit of a down year this year. They're going to return basically everyone for next year, but they were able to beat Albany in that section quarterfinal 49-43. Albany led at the half in that one, 20-17. So this Royalton team is not afraid of having to come from behind. One of the things that I was watching on Saturday is one of the things that you notice with the top 4 teams, they're able to play in close games. That's one of the things that I think a lot of teams might tend to, I don't want to say panic, but they'll have anxiety and then they'll overplay or underplay themselves. And with these top 4 teams, they just don't do that. They're so cool, calm, collected. Confident, I think, would be the word for the top 4 teams. When they're playing in close games like this, obviously you don't want every game to be close, but you're looking at 2 teams, we'll lean more of the Wolves, but they are okay with playing in close games.
Well, when you see some of the success you have in other sports, granted it's not all the same players, but a lot of that spills over. You play in close games, you play in tight games, you play in section semifinals, you play in some big-time playoff games, and you play well, you start to kind of learn that, and it starts to spill over. You start to have some of that, whether it be senior or junior leadership, say, you know what, I played in a tight game in this situation in volleyball earlier this year, and this is kind of how it went. Just have that confidence. Things are going to come back towards us. We keep playing our game. We keep doing what we're going to do, and it's going to come back to you. And you see that with teams like Sox Center, Milaca. Success in some other sports sometimes breeds success in kind of across the line. I mean, not all the way across the line, but enough that you can see that confidence that everything's going to be okay when you get into those tight spots.
Absolutely is. We are going to get our starting lineup. So while we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back for tip-off here on KBEK.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Whoa! Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab a Meat Lover's burrito or new Ranchero beef and cheese burrito. I want one right now. Wash it down with everyone's favorite Celsius, buy one, get one free. And Holiday still has the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store and save. Open 24/7, 365. The Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Physical therapy. It's one of those services you don't think about until you need it. Pain happens. Count on the team at Physical Therapy Consultants to help. Physical Therapy Consultants, with locations in North Branch, Isanti, Zimmerman, St. Francis, Andover, and Ham Lake, accept all insurance plans, workers' comp, and auto. Their expertise can help you and your body repair. Find out how Physical Therapy Consultants can help you heal. Call 1-888-THERAPY today. 1-888-THERAPY for Physical Therapy Consultants.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, getting set for tip-off here in this one. Your starting lineups quickly before tip-off. Starting with the Royalton Royals, it will be number 1, Chloe Reedy. Number 2, Haley Wolbeck. Number 3, Madison Albright. Number 20, Elise Schoenrock. And number 31, Addison Schoenrock. For your Wolves, it's going to be number 3, Bella Solstrom. Number 10, Annabelle Gothman. 12, Ashley Drugsma. Then 22, Madison Gothman. And 24, Willow Hunt. It's going to be Hunt and Elise Schoenrock at center court for tip-off here in this one. Andy, any final thoughts before tip-off?
I think it's just going to be a great night here. It should be a really good matchup. These two teams played earlier, an 8-point victory by Royalton, but that was the third game of the season. You toss that right out the books. This could be anybody's game tonight.
And we're underway here at Claire Lynch Hall on the campus of College St. Benedict's, and it's a quick 2 for Schoenrock. Just really good pass, and unfortunately the Wolves left her alone underneath.
You see the reaction by the bench already looking for a foul as there's a little contact on that jump ball already.
Annabelle Gothman give outside to Willow Hunt, and a travel call there on Willow Hunt, and just one too many steps as she received that ball.
Uncharacteristic by one of the older leaders of this squad. Very, very solid player. Isn't going to wow you too much, but she's going to play just consistent ball.
Great, fundamentally sound player. As we see Chloe Reedy taking up the court, she's an athletic young lady, but she has it stolen away by Madison Gothman. She absolutely ripped it away. And Andy, I know you've called a couple games for this team as well. This Milaca defense will be aggressive and go after a lot of turnovers or create turnovers.
Absolutely, they're not afraid of contact.
As Wolbeck gets a block and the steal on that one. And it's stolen right back by Madison Gothman, who takes it to the basket. It's no good. Rebounds up for grabs. That's out of bounds on Royalton. That should be, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm right over the top of it. Thought I had a pretty good angle at that one, but it's going to go the other direction down there.
Respectfully disagree, I will say, on that one. As it will be Royalton ball. Well, caught a break there, did the Royals, but Milaca will just come back with even better defense. But again, Reedy being guarded by Solstrom. Early on, Solstrom not allowing an inch, and now inside, Annabelle Gothman trying to get the steal. She ties it up, and that'll create a jump ball. It will go back the way of the Wolves on the possession arrow.
I talked before that they like to rotate to the ball. They also like to drift to the ball. You throw that one into an area, and you turn your head, that player's not only going to be drifted help side, but they're going to drift and try to tie you up from behind.
You know who they remind me of defensively is a little bit of Mora. Mora is able to kind of just get their hands on every single ball that is up for grabs or able to be up for grabs. Schoenrock gets the rebound. Are we going to get our first foul on the Wolves? It looks like we will. I think the Wolves were saying we tied that one up. I would have to agree, but I didn't see what happened after that. They're going to get Solstrom with their first.
It was pretty close on that one. There was a little bit of contact. It was just a matter of whether she had the tie-up as she was falling to the ground, and the decision was going to be a foul.
And a breakout pass to Chloe Reedy, but she's got Willow Hunt down there, so really no chance for her to get movement inside. Willow Hunt, again, a great, fundamentally sound player. Now Reedy tries to drive inside. This one's not going to be good. Rebounded by Annabelle Gothman. Gothman will bring it forward for the Wolves. She got it to her sister. Madison Gothman wasn't ready. She did not know the pass was coming. And now, are we going to get another? No, we're going to get this one out of bounds. Last touch by the Royals. And the Wolves will get it back. They catch a break there, Andy. Early on, a little bit, I don't want to say sloppy play, but just still settling into the game.
I think that they're playing a little ragged. They're trying to set their own pace, and they're not slowing it down a little bit. I think that both teams may be playing a little too fast for what maybe they're ready for, trying to get the fast break, trying to get up the court. That one kind of worked out for the Wolves as it was more of, not a jump ball, but kind of a 50-50 ball and a little bit of contact along the sideline.
Still getting those nerves, and they're still settling in as the Wolves will get this one to Hunt at the top of the key. She'll now give it over to Drugsma on the near side. Drugsma drifts top the key, gives on the near side to Madison Gothman. She'll shoot over the defender. That's off the side of the rim, and Wolbeck with a rebound for the Royals. Breakout pass up to Albright. She had to slow down, which allows Annabelle Gothman to get there in time. Nowhere to go. Instead, they give it to Schoenrock at the top of the key. She lost it, and it's Willow Hunt again with a steal. Wolves getting the turnovers they need as this one, there's the foul.
That's another one of those that you got to keep fighting for the ball. Even though it's close to being tied up, you got to fight through that contact to be able to get the contact. If she just tried to stand up with that ball, it's definitely going to be a jump ball. But that's a smart, experienced player type of move. Push that ball, get it out of your hands, and now all of a sudden it's just your arm.
Elise Schoenrock with the first foul on Royalton. Inbound here to Annabelle Gothman in the near side corner. Nice spin move, trying to drive inside, give up to Willow Hunt, and she's got it in for 2.
Beautifully done there. She recognized the defense was on her back, used that defender's momentum against her, and got the little short 2-on-1 going to the basket.
Wolbeck brings it forward for the Wolves. Yep, they're going to get a foul there. Gothman into the body a little too hard that time.
Smart play by Wolbeck, trying to kind of lean in a little bit. More so trying to lean in to get the space to make the pass. But if you can get some contact, if you can get a foul, maybe you start adding fouls up against some of these players that you want to get it on the bench.
Gothman's first, Madison Gothman's first, team second as Reedy as now trying to get a screen, but she can't get around Sahlstrom. She'll now give it over to Albright. Albright goes inside to Schoenrock. That's Elise Schoenrock. Her shot is up and no good. Right behind her, though. Can't see who that is. That's Reedy for 3 now. This one's going to go off a foot of Milaca. It's going to be rebounded by Madison Gothman. That was 12 for Royalton. Dakarai Rodetsky. Now on the near side here, Willow Hunt with it. Gives it over. Nope, she'll keep it herself. Now give to Annabelle Gothman. Top of the key, Drugsma. Drugsma holds on to it. Wanted to give to Hunt. Now gives far side to Sahlstrom on the elbow. Sahlstrom looking, wanting to drive inside, gives instead out to Annabelle on the near side. Top of the key to Drugsma. Drugsma has an opening for 3. It's just off the mark. Rebound is tipped out to Sahlstrom for 2. It's in.
Little contact on that one. That's a great job there by Willow Hunt. That's what you call a team rebound. You don't get it, but somebody on your team gets it.
That's a great job by Willow Hunt. Now Reedy using that speed. Now she gives it off here to Albright, and that's going to be poked out of bounds by Annabelle Gothman, and that'll make the offender think twice.
Quick touch base of the other game going on tonight. Bram Bombers leading Upsala Cardinals 31-27. That game in Foley in the subsection championship, 5A East.
Yeah, a little bit of a change. That used to be at Hinckley Finlayson. They're trying to find more common ground, but for that section, so they decided on Foley. As we see Wolbeck with it now for Royalton. Reedy with it. She wanted the long 3. Instead pulls it down, trying to give inside. That is stolen away by Willow Hunt. Great steal. And now off of Sahlstrom's foot. It's going to go back behind the line, but it was off of a Royalton foot. And this 3 is just off the mark. Hunt is going to get the rebound once again. And now are we going to get a foul on Royalton?
Again, that's pushing that ball, getting that ball away from some of that contact. You keep that low one inside, you're going to get tied up. And Milaca is doing a great job pushing that ball out there and drawing some of the fouls. There's only been a couple, but that's a smart play where you don't commit the turnover.
Addison Schoenrock will check back into the game for Royalton. Inbound coming now for the Wolves. They got to get it in soon. Trying to get it to Annabelle Gothman. Let that one go. It's going to be Milaca ball anyway. Oh!
Yeah, that looked like that one was tipped up over the top there by Albright, but the official was on this side of it, the other official across the court. Kind of a tough angle to be able to see it. I thought that it was off of that, but I'm a long ways away from it.
Well, I'll second you on that one, but 4-2 is our score. Milaca leads with 13:38 to go in the first half. With it now, Albright on the near side corner, trying to give it to Wolbeck. What a one-handed grab. OBJ be proud of that. Shot is up. Somehow falls in for 2. Awkward looking shot, but she got it to fall.
That's a heck of a good play against a really good defense with hands reaching everywhere. Be able to not only hold on to that ball, but even get a shot away.
Gothman give to Sahlstrom for 3. Just off the front of the rim. That's Annabelle Gothman who got it. Lost it. Should be Milaca ball. Yep, it will be. That's a good call. I know the Royalton fans next to us, the student section, not happy, but that is the right call.
Crashing in, going after that basketball, no fear, trying to be able to get after it.
Emily Block checks in for the Royals, wearing number 4. And then Elise Schoenrock back into the game as well.
Kylie Johnson for the Milaca Wolves checking in as well. A little bit of bench depth there for the Wolves.
Shot is up by Drugsma, just off the mark. Going to be rebounded there by Elise Schoenrock for the Royals. as they'll bring it forward now in their offensive zone. It's Wolbeck with it, trying to get around Madison Goffman. She picks up her dribble, in a little bit of trouble now, gives it over to Reedy. Reedy will stop, give top of the key now to Block. Block looking on the far side, trying to go underneath to Reedy. Reedy has to pick it back up, give out to Wolbeck. Wolbeck trying to drive inside. That's another awkward shot, but again it falls in for 2.
You see Annabelle Galpman was in a good position to defend that, but when she went to the deep right hand, she had to pull her hands back, otherwise she was going to commit the foul. Good play there by Hollenbeck to be able to get a shot away, or by Wolbeck.
Wolves with it offensively. Kylie Johnson, she'll give over on the far side elbow to Droogsma. Madison Goffman, defender in her face, takes the 3 anyways. And Annabelle Goffman racing for, they're going to get Annabelle Goffman with a foul. I don't know, I think you got to let them battle a little bit.
As she kind of came crashing in. Again, she's a linebacker for the freshman team, so she's not afraid of contact. She's going to come crashing in there anytime she can.
So she will get her first. Team's third. 12:20 to go now. Inbound, and this is going to go and be...
I think it might be Milaca basketball. That's a good poke right there underneath the basket.
Yeah. Really good poke, and it will be Wolves ball. Nice job by Milaca to get this another turnover for...
Eighth grader Reedy just looking the other direction. You got to have your head on a swivel against a defense like this.
As the Wolves, they move it around the perimeter. Now Annabelle Goffman on the far side. Dribbles out of the corner, gives to her sister at the top of the key. Give on the near side, Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom trying to put up a shot. Shot is no good. It is Droogsma who will drop it in for 2 to tie us at 6.
Student section trying to get her out of her rhythm there, trying to count the clock down at a different time, but Wolves not falling for it.
Travel, yep. Wolbeck got inside. She was they're going to overrule it with a foul.
There's a little bit of contact there. It was close. It was tough. I think it depends on if you're going to let things play, if you're going to go a physical play.
Ooh. I'm of the side that it's a semifinal. You let it go in that one. Let them battle a little bit. Man. Well, Wolbeck's going to go to the line and shoot 2 as Annabelle Goffman picks up her second and the team's 4th. That is...
Coach Todd Haas having a little conversation with that official on his near side about what did you see on that one? What did you think was going to be the foul there? As it looked like she just kind of lost her balance and went down. But it's a tight game. It's tough. At some point, you do have to make a call.
Yeah.
Whether it's a good one or not, like where do you draw that line? It's going to be different for everybody, but a tight game is going to magnify it.
I think we got a foul now in Royalton underneath. We're in a little bit of a tough spot. We got a great view, but right underneath our toes is just where we can't see.
About 3/4, maybe 7/8 of the court. We can see really good.
This foul will be on Addison Schoenrock, her first team's 3rd. Meanwhile, inbounding now, they'll go to Droogsma. Droogsma on the near side. She'll hold on to it. She wanted to get a lane to drive. That closed quickly. Now up to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom top of the key, looking at the basket. She'll give to Droogsma. Droogsma wanted the 3, now pulls it down. Unfortunately, that bad pass. Albright's going to get the steal, and that time Wolbeck off the mark, not going to get that shot to fall.
She was definitely trying to go for the contact in that one. She tried to run as fast as she could to try to run into Goffman. But as a defender, yes, contact's a thing, but you are still allowed to have your spot if you get there first. And she was definitely there first.
Absolutely.
And just a turnover.
Full timeout call by Milaca. We'll take commercial break. Be back here on Nice 95.5.
We're proud to support local athletes during the playoffs. Whether you're an athlete or a fan, Wellia Health is here to help keep you performing at your best. For all your sports medicine needs, visit us at Wellia Health online to learn more.
Back here on KBEK Nice 95.5, your Milaca Wolves trail the Royalton Royals 7-6 with 11:27 to go in the first half. Early on, it hasn't been the cleanest of games for either side, but again, I think this still has the feel, Andy, of both of these teams kind of trying to settle into this one still.
I was just going to say that I think that whoever wins this game is going to be the team that probably just settles in first. Kind of gets those nerves, not really nerves, just more so they're feeling the atmosphere. Yeah. They've both played 25-plus games this year. It's now feeling the atmosphere, trying to get things to settle in, having a mistake that the student section goes nuts about not bother you on the next trip down the court.
As Milaca will inbound to start this possession out of the timeout. Madison Goffman bringing it forward. Looking at the defender, the 8th grader, now gives to Drugsma. Drugsma going to get called for the travel. The ball will go back to Royalton, and those are the types of mistakes, though, if you are the Wolves, you want to try and avoid it as best as possible.
Yeah, it's shooting yourselves in the foot. That's the last thing you want to have happen. If the defense creates a turnover, not that it's great, but at least they did something.
Yep.
But something like that is you got to try to mitigate as much of that as possible.
So Reedy will bring it forward, trying to get around Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom gives her a little bit of an edge on this right side, but Willow Hunt is there to shut the door. Now over to Wolbeck. Wolbeck tries to give it over. That's going to go long, and it will go right back to Milaca. That pass for Albright just over her head. So the Wolves catch a break.
That's that quick push defense that they go after. Sahlstrom's not going to just pick her up at the three-point line. She's going to pick her up at the timeline and force you into trying to rush away from her.
So now bringing it forward, Annabelle Gothman looks at the defender. She'll give it now inside to Hunt. Hunt's going to hand it off to Drugsma. Drugsma gives outside. Madison Gothman for three!
I really like that ball rotation. The way they set that up just kind of left Gothman all alone up top, trying to be able to force the defense to collapse into the paint area.
And she will make you pay if you leave her any bit of space. Don't let her settle in. Reedy with it now on the far side elbow. She's looking. She'll bounce pass now to Albright. Albright trying to get around her defender, Drugsma. She wanted to go back to Wolbeck. Nothing doing. Now give inside to Elise Schoenrock, and her shot is up, and she's going to get that one to fall.
So they've matched up probably the smallest player on the court in Sahlstrom against Schoenrock, one of the biggest players on the court, but they're bringing that double team right across. I think they're trying to just get Royalton out of their mindset.
Nice quick shot by Drugsma, knocked out to Gothman. Annabelle Gothman for the rebound. Bounces off the rim, and it falls in for two. It's 11-9. Reedy gets around her defender. Ooh, Sahlstrom, I was surprised she didn't get a call for a foul there. Shot is up, no good. Getting the position is Annabelle Gothman. She's got the rebound. She's going to bring it up the court quickly. Looking at the defender, gets around, splits two. Shot is up and good!
What a move there by Gothman. Just using the defender, kind of going around her. Had made her stop to be able to get that arc for the defender and just went right around.
It was 31-27 at half in that Bram-Uppsala game. Now a 10-point lead for Bram, 39-29. Just quick update. Well, here come the Royals back up the court. Sahlstrom knocks it away, but it is Reedy who picks it back up. Between Reedy and Sahlstrom, those two may not be the biggest, but they are quick. And this shot blocked by Annabelle Gothman. She's going to get fouled. I think she might have got hit in the head.
She kind of got a little tied up on her one foot. It almost got hooked. I was a little afraid for an injury there, the way that her foot got kind of hooked. But I think she just had a shoelace come undone is more than it was. But that is a battle between Reedy and Sahlstrom, and every so often Gothman picking her up. It is some really fun backcourt matchups here tonight.
It is. It's been fun to watch as the Wolves will bring it forward now. It's Annabelle Gothman. She takes it. Looking, gives to her sister, Madison, right at the top of the key. Goes right back to Annabelle, to Sahlstrom. So I don't think Sahlstrom was expecting that pass to get there that quickly. Now Drugsma looking at the free throw line. Give over to Sahlstrom on the far side elbow. Inside to Hunt. Now back outside Annabelle. Annabelle has it, trying to get around the defender, Reedy. She gets into a double team. Sahlstrom will look at the basket for three. Good!
Good, patient move there by the Wolves. I'm really liking the way that they're kind of settling into things. And I mentioned 7-point ball game. It's not over by any stretch, but they're settling in first.
Albright with it. Reedy left alone for three. That looks good. It is.
That's a good answer there by Royalton to be able to get a good possession out of that and a good-looking shot. It was quick in the shot clock, but it was a good shot.
16-12, Milaca leads, 8:20 to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard here in the first half. Sahlstrom wanted the two, so gives out to Annabelle, now to Drugsma. Drugsma will give on the near side to Madison Gothman. Madison trying to get around her defender, does. Nice spin move inside, but nothing doing there. We'll give to Hunt. Hunt looking to drive baseline, gives out to Drugsma. Drugsma now trying to drive, trying to get around, trying to give a little stiff arm. She's going to drive again, trying to get through two. Lost that ball, and it will be Milaca ball. Nope, they're going to change it and say Royalton ball. Maybe, yes, no, maybe so. Yes.
I like that they at least get together and discuss it. Whether I agree with it or not, at least they get together and try to make sure that they're getting the right call, because multiple angles, the way the ball moves, you try to get what you can.
As this ball going to get up to Reedy. Reedy was kind of left alone, but there's Annabelle Gothman. She is not going to give an inch to anybody defensively. Back out to Addison Schoenrock. She's being bothered again by Sahlstrom, one of the shorter players out there. Now on the far side, it's Wolbeck with it. Wolbeck looking, she'll give to Reedy. Reedy going to pull up from inside. That's a high Arcing shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Willow Hunt. Coming up the court now is Annabelle Goffman. Trying to turn on the Jets. Stops, give outside Sahlstrom. Oh, she had a defender interface. She'll kick out near side. Madison Goffman for three. Just off the mark. Drugsma with the rebound and put back for two.
That's a good answer. That's a good battle. I really like the way that they drove. It wasn't there. Kicked it out. Swing the ball around. Ball movement to get the really good shot. And it paid off with a bucket underneath.
Full timeout called by Royalton. We'll take one as well here on KBK.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
Back here, KBK, Nice 95.5. You can Game Day Gilman out with Andy Beckstrom for this girls basketball matchup here on the campus of the College of St. Benedict, where the Wolves currently lead the Royalton Royals 18-12 on that Embrace Orthodontics over with 7:23 to go in the first half. Andy, that game here last Saturday, just a few days ago, against Spectrum. This score, too many points. It was only 15-14 in the first half. These two teams well above that here in this one, but that's just the way that it kind of goes sometimes. But both these teams we know can score, but we also know that both these teams can play very good defense. In a game like this, we know Milaca's starting to settle in, but Royalton also kind of starting to settle in. Where's the difference for Milaca? Where do they start to, obviously I don't know if this one's going to be pull away by any means, but where do they start to maybe, I guess, pull away a little bit?
I think that possession right there is probably where things change. Right, there's a little miscommunication. They lost somebody on defense. They gave up a big bucket right there to allow Royalton to stay in the game. It's not that Milaca's going to wow you with offensive numbers. They're going to score, but they just want to shut the other team down.
Addison Schoenrock with that latest three. Drugsma trying to answer back with one. This ball up for grabs. How in the
that looked like a lot of incidental contact as Goffman kind of just ran into.
Well, I think the defender more ran into her.
And I think it's more a matter of who fell to the ground, which I don't really like that.
No.
If there's contact, get somebody with a foul potentially, right. But just because one player fell down does not mean that the other player wasn't fouled.
Yeah, I respectfully will disagree. Madison Goffman will get her second, by the way, the team's fifth. That's a tough one to have, but Milaca will have to get past, and Madison Goffman guarding her player real well. Now with trying to drive is Albright, trying to kick back outside to block. She has nothing doing. Give it to Addison Schoenrock underneath to Elise. Her shot is up. It's no good. Somehow rebounded by Albright. Her shot's going to be no good and off the mark. Rebounded here by Annabelle Goffman.
See, that's another one where they allowed Sahlstrom to take on the bigger player.
And, oh my goodness, I don't know how, but Annabelle Goffman took all sorts of contact and still got that one to fall.
I was waiting for the whistle. That's why I stopped talking.
That was Patrick Mahomes of football-esque. While she's parallel to the ground, she still got that one to fall in. 20-15, under 6 to go. Milaca Wolves with the lead. It's Addison Schoenrock given inside to Elise. This ball is tipped out to Wolbeck for three. It's good.
If Royalton wants to stay in this ball game and try to be able to beat Milaca, that's what they're going to have to do, is be able to kick the ball out and hit a shot from the perimeter, because Milaca is allowing a one-on-one inside. As soon as the ball goes in there, they collapse.
Well, now we got a steal from Albright, and it is going to be stolen back by Madison Goffman. That's the thing about Milaca. You may get a steal, but they're getting it right back. Annabelle Goffman has it on the near side. She'll take a three. That's good. That's a beauty.
Just go ahead and give her a step. Just stay away from her a little bit, see what happens.
Well, she makes her pay, and now Wolbeck up the court quickly. Willow Hunt's going to get there. Shot. Andy, I don't understand how she's getting that shot to fall. That's the third time she's had that shot, and every single time she's getting it fall.
Just enough spin on it. I like the defense, though. Hunt did give up the bucket, but set up to be able to take the charge. It's just a better play by Wolbeck to be able to get around her.
This pass now to Drugsma at the top of the key. She wants to drive. She'll take it. That's blocked, but taken right back by Annabelle Goffman. Kick now to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom to Annabelle Goffman on the far side. She'll drift towards the back to the top of the key. 8 to shoot now on the shot clock. Madison Gothman looking, trying to find a way around the defender. She does. The free throw line, it's no good. Too strong on that one. And the rebound there for Albright.
It was still a good look and a good shot. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Coming back the other way, Wolbeck gives it on the near side. There to block. Back to Wolbeck. Almost. Just didn't take that one in cleanly. Now to Wolbeck. Now on the near side, Albright. She traveled, and the ball will go back to Milaca.
You don't see that as much at the end of the season. Usually you see that at the beginning of the season where players are trying to get that extra little burst and they drop their pivot step. It's hard to be able to control, but usually through the course of a season you get called 2 or 3, 4 times. You don't see it a lot in the end of the season, but a game like this where you're trying to get that extra little bit, that's where you end up in that situation.
Grace Haas will check in for the Wolves, giving a break, I believe, to Madison Gothman. And with it on that far side is Haas. Speaking of, they'll go inside to Willow Hunt, trying to get it back to Solstrom instead. Well, they wanted to go top of the key to Kylie Johnson. Instead, it's Grace Haas inside, almost good. But then it is rebounded there by Addison Schoenrock. They'll bring it forward with Reedy. Reedy being guarded by Haas. Now on the near side, it's Albright with it. Guarded well by Kylie Johnson. Now giving the near side corner to Addison Schoenrock. Give top of the key to Reedy. That's too long for her to take, and the Wolves not worried about it. Reedy picks up her dribble on the near side to Wolbeck. Wolbeck guarded by Annabelle Gothman. Driving baseline, give up there. The shot is no good, and Willow Hunt with the rebound for the Wolves. Solstrom forward with it. Trying to get the defender to maybe break her own ankles, but unfortunately not able to do that. And then Kylie Johnson, this pass well above the head of Annabelle Gothman, and it will go back to the Royals there on that one.
It was a pretty solid defensive possession. I think that Royalton could have made that shot, but they forced him into a tougher shot than they probably wanted to. But you got to follow that up with a better offensive possession on that one. They kind of got a little rattled just trying to get around the ball a little bit.
Refs come together to talk about where they're going to inbound from. But you know, Andy, here in this game, I've been really impressed with Milaca's resiliency. Even when they give up a shot, even when it seems like they've got momentum, a momentum-shifting shot for Royalton, they don't allow it to affect them. They get right back on offense.
Well, and that's that mental strength we were talking about before, that they're not afraid of the moment. They're not afraid of the situation. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bucket just like there was right there. But they're going to come right back to it. This is a long game. We still got a lot of time left to go. Make your plays. Do what you can. Do what you can control.
Albright with an easy 2 to get this one to a 1-point game. Meanwhile, Solstrom trying to get the rebound or shot. That's good. Rebound still for grabs. Unfortunately, it's going to be Reedy who comes up with it for Royalton. Milaca still leads by 1. 2:40 to go in this first half on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Kick on the near side for Albright. Albright with 4 points. Kicks now here to Rodeski. Now to Reedy. Top of the key again. Trying to find Wolbeck. Nothing doing that time. Now she will find Wolbeck. Wolbeck going to be getting a lane to the basket. She was bumped off that line. Then this pass to Schoenrock. She picked it up, but then she was bumped a little bit and lost that one. It will roll out of bounds, go back to Milaca.
And that's another one of those. You force them into a tougher shot. They're making a pass that's just a little bit out of the reach, trying to kind of push things a little bit more, and I really like the way they play defense.
Madison Gothman back in the game. She brings it forward now. Gives to Drugsma, who I don't think was ready for that pass. She gives to Solstrom at the top of the key. Looking near side to Annabelle Gothman. She's going to drive, then kick to Annabelle. Annabelle wanted to pull from the free throw line, instead to Solstrom. Back to Annabelle Gothman. Now to Madison. She's open again. Didn't grab the ball cleanly. It's going to be off the front of the rim. Race for the rebound. Going to be won by Albright. Albright has a lane, and foul there by Solstrom. And that's what do you think about that foul there, Andy?
I thought it was probably a good foul, but I think that Solstrom was trying to get back on defense. I think that the Royalton player there was just trying to get to the basket, but I think she was trying to make a move to get around her, which kind of created some of the contact. So I think that's what Solstrom's maybe asking, that, like, didn't you think that she maybe initiated the contract? But
so it is on Solstrom, her second, team 6th. At the line for 2 is Albright. She misses the first. Keeps it at a 1-point lead for Milaca. This one's no good, and the rebound for Drugsma. So the Wolves catch a little bit of a break there. They'll bring it forward to Annabelle Gotham. We've gone to a little bit of a stalemate here in the scoring part of this game, but late in the first half, the important part is the Wolves lead by 1. Hunt now has it on that far side elbow. Kicks to Drugsma. Drugsma looking. Now top the key to Annabelle. To Madison on the near side. Madison looking. Wanted to go inside to Annabelle. Instead gives to Drugsma. Drugsma to Willow Hunt on the far side corner. It's poked out by the defender, but it will stay with the Wolves with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Into the game is Emily Block for the Royals. Sahlstrom will inbound right in front of the Royalton bench. Gives to Annabelle Goffman. 9 to shoot. 8, 7, and 6. She's looking both ways. She's going to give to Droogsma. A long threes. Off the mark. Rebound up for grabs. Taken there by Schoenrock. That's Addison Schoenrock. Breakout pass to Wolbeck. Wolbeck one-on-one. Gets around one defender. Shot is up. No good. This one rebounded by Annabelle Goffman. She had the defense anyways, and she's going to get the rebound. Just over a minute to go. Annabelle Goffman looking. Wants to go to Hunt on that far side. Hunt keeping her options open, now gives to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom will look into the far side corner to Madison Goffman. That is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Emily Block for Royalton. Under a minute to go.
Wolves are going to need some shots like that to be able to fall in this type of game.
Yeah, they've gone a little bit cold here the last couple of minutes, Andy, and obviously we know it's so important to score at the end of a half for either team, but if you're the Wolves, I think this is of the utmost importance right now. Travel call there on the inside by Elise Schoenrock, and Milaca again catching a little bit of a break.
And that's exactly what I was talking about before. You get the smallest player in Sahlstrom on one of the biggest players in Schoenrock there. She thinks she's got a wide open mismatch. She turns, Annabelle Goffman's there. She turns the other direction. Oh, triple team come from the other way. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to take a little slide to be able to get myself open. Travel, turnover.
It's Madison Goffman who brings it forward to Hunt now into Sahlstrom in the far side corner. She's going to put up a three, and it is good. Sahlstrom said, all right, enough with the no-score thing. Let's get back on it. 26-22. 15 seconds to go. Royals will obviously take and try and get the last shot. Albright with it, guarded by Sahlstrom, trying to get it to Wolbeck. Wolbeck shot off the side of the rim. Annabelle Goffman does have a chance with 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that's unfortunately just nothing doing there. She wanted to find someone. She's talking with her sister. I think they wanted a connection between themselves to try and find an open shot. But the important part of this, Andy, Milaca scores last in the half, and they lead.
Yeah, they got a good defensive stand at the other end. Again, forced Royalton into kind of an awkward off-balance shot, and that's what they've been trying to do all along. They're going to get shots. That's one of the things about basketball. It doesn't matter what you do, they're going to get shots. It just depends on the quality of those shots. If they're off balance, if they're trying to rush it, that's where you start to affect the game a little bit. They're going to score at some point in time, but if you can make it awkward, then it's going to make things a little bit tougher. And Royalton has looked really good, but they have also seemed to they have got to find some answers against this Milaca defense.
At halftime on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, Wolves lead 26-22 over another game on 100.9 FM. Bram currently leads Upsala Cardinals in the Section 5A East Girls Subsection Championship 49-41. That one getting late into that one, so you can check that one out. But stay tuned. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors and recap the first half of action here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, We're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, the Milaca Wolves lead over the Royalton Royals 26-22. Taking a look at some of the first half stats. For the Royals, leading the way was Haley Wolbeck with 8, and then 4 for both Madison Albright and Elise Schoenrock, 3 for Addison Schoenrock and Chloe Reedy. They had 3 steals, 2 blocks. They were 1 of 4 from that free throw line and had 4 team fouls. On the other side for the Milaca Wolves, it was Annabelle Gothman leading the way with 9, 8 for Bella Sahlstrom, 4 then for Ashley Drugsma, 3 for Madison Gothman, and 2 for Willow Hunt. Gothman, Annabelle did lead them with 6 rebounds in that first half. They had 5 steals, did not shoot from the free throw line there in the first half, and had 6 team fouls. And unfortunately for them, Sahlstrom and both Gothmans each have 2 fouls, which isn't a huge deal, Andy, but it also, as a coach, you're probably, if they get their third early on, with those 3, you're going to have to start to back off ever so slightly.
Yeah, I mean, you want to watch for it, but all 3 of them are going to start the second half.
Yeah.
It's not something that you're going to be starting to
not.
pull punches or try to lay back a little bit. You want to still have that aggressive nature out there. I mean, 2 fouls is 2 fouls. They get 2 fouls in the second half, that's only 4. They still don't foul out. Of course, all best laid plans. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's one of those things that, yeah, as you mentioned, as a coach, you or one of your assistant coaches will be specifically told, all right, monitor this. You know, if they pick up their third foul like 4 or 5 minutes in, we're not worried about it. You know, you already have, as a coach, certain timestamps of, okay, if they pick up a third foul with about 12 minutes left to go, we're not worried about it. Mm-hmm. If they pick up their 4th foul with about 6-7 minutes left to go with it, we're not worried about it. But if they, like you said, if they get it within the first minute or 2, likely you're going to see kind of a quick hook just to make sure that they don't pick up that third or that 4th one and end up having to miss major minutes later on when it becomes clutch time.
Absolutely. And again, pretty clean first half foul-wise early on, and then towards the end we saw turnovers start to become a little bit of a problem for both teams. We also saw a little bit of a scoring jump there in the middle of this game. Then both defenses stepped up in a big way there late before Milaca was able to get the final score of the first half to take a 26-22 lead. We talked about settling into this game. Both teams kind of did that around the same time. Milaca did it first. That's why they have the lead. But other than settling into this one, what was one of the biggest takeaways for Milaca in that first half?
Just the way that they're playing defense. They're Royalton, you can see why they are one of the best teams in the area. You can see why they went undefeated during the regular season. You can see why they are a good team, because they are a good team. They got some balance. They got some shooters. They got the ability to get to the rim. They have the ability to do a lot of really, really good things. But Milaca's defense, what they're able to do right now is keeping Royalton off balance just a little bit, ever so slightly. And you talked about them settling in first. I talked during the pregame or during the early stages of the game that whoever settles in first likely is going to have a good chance to win this game. Again, we got a lot of time left to go. I'm not calling it, a ball game now at this point, being it's only a 4-point game.
Yeah.
But that 4-point difference is specifically because Milaca settled in first. Royalton settled in once again, which is why it is a 4-point ball game and not a 14-point ball game. But at the same time, that's why there is that little bit of a lead. They've been kind of trading punches blow for blow since then, back and forth, up and down the court. But it was that little bit where they settled in just a little bit earlier. We'll see if that carries over to the second half.
Percentage-wise, shooting the ball pretty even across the board. Royalton a little bit higher shooting percentage from field goal range, but other than that, it has been pretty even. In this first half, it's something we don't talk about enough, but when you got 2 defensive teams, I think it's worth talking about. What was your hustle play of that first half?
I don't know that I have a specific hustle play, but I think it's really is the defense that Annabelle Gothman has been able to play. That we've had a couple of turnovers, we've had a couple of fast breaks that didn't become a fast break. They made it to the timeline, and all of a sudden the ball is tied up. The ball is going the other direction. It just is swiped right out of the hands. We're not talking about jump balls that become the other direction, where you're reaching in, you get your hand on it, you're kind of hoping to not create the foul. No, these Wolves are like, they're going right at the basketball. It's like, no, I'm going to take it. And unless you really hold on tight, then we'll get a jump ball. But otherwise, my plan is just to take it and go the other direction. We're not trying to get a tie up and hope for possession arrow or anything like that. We're just going to swipe it. We're going to play that extra little bit of aggressiveness. And at least initially, Royalton was not prepared for that at all. They've gotten a little bit better at it. But I think it's just been what Annabelle Gothman, she kind of sets that tone. And really probably, besides her, probably Bella Sahlstrom in that first half. She's taken on one of the biggest, if not the biggest girl on the court at different times.
Yes.
Whoever it is that's down on that low block, they're kind of rotating and ends up in that situation. But she's taking that on. She's not shying away from it. She's like, I'm going to get her. And they're battling for position underneath. And you can see that offensive person, whoever it may be, Schoenrock, Hollenbeck, or Wahlbeck, whoever it is, they're getting frustrated because they want the basketball so badly, but as soon as that ball goes in there, it's almost ball game over because the triple team collapses, and then they don't know where to go with the ball. They're trapped. They're throwing up an awkward shot, and it's Milaca ball going the other direction.
Yeah, defensively, pardon the pun, but they really are. They're playing like a pack of wolves. Once they smell that ball loose, they're all getting to it like it's, well, you know what I'm going for, but we won't necessarily talk about it. But before we get our final commercial break here, as we get to the second half of action, key for the Wolves to try and come away with the win?
It's just going to be keeping up that defense. As long as they stay out of foul trouble, that's going to be the one concern that I'm going to have in the second half. I don't think they'll get into foul trouble, but it kind of depends on if they call things a little tighter in the second half. If they can stay out of foul trouble, they're going to keep up that defense, and I think they got a really good chance to be able to come away with the victory. They held their team to 22 points in the first half. That's an undefeated team during the regular season. I'm hoping that they can score at least 20 in the second half to be able to come away with the victory.
Well, we'll get a quick commercial break, back after 30 seconds.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Royalton will start with it here in the second half. Driving inside is Elise Schoenrock, trying to give it out now to Albright. On the near side to Addison Schoenrock. Schoenrock looking, trying to find somebody open. Nothing doing, trying to go underneath now to Addison Schoenrock. She's guarded by Annabelle Gothman. Her shot no good. She gets her own rebound. She falls on. That's a foul. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're going to get her for the foul. That's a frustration foul there, and you can't be throwing haymakers backwards.
I think, and that's what I was talking about before, is when you play that type of defense, you start to frustrate the other team. They're off their game, they're off balance, and you start doing something like that where you're not trying to attack anybody, but you're like, get off of me for a second, and you end up like, okay, now I regret that immediately.
And I mean, obviously frustration, the refs understand that, but when does that become a technical foul? Because you don't want to see anybody get one, and you don't want to see anybody out, but I mean, when would that be a technical foul, if at all?
I think if it becomes multiple times or something that they have kind of that vibe going into it, like Schoenrock's been battling for position, but I don't think that she's been too aggressive tonight.
Sahlstrom will hit a three on the offensive zone for Milaca to make it 29-22. And now Reedy underneath. And her shot misses. Rebounded there by Drugsma. Good look for Reedy, but Milaca back the other way with it.
Good possession, good shot.
Sahlstrom has it. Now give on the far side to Madison Gothman. She wanted that three, but was guarded pretty well. She'll just take a short two and drop it in. Madison Gothman.
The rim is just a little softer for Milaca right now because that was a really good shot by Reedy at this end that rolled off hard. On the other side, Gothman able to get that one to just kind of bounce around and fall.
That aggressive defense is continuing here for Milaca. We see it. Reedy, though, open from three. She's going to have to pull it down. Nothing doing for Reedy as she's guarded by Sahlstrom. Now on the far side, she'll give to Albright. Albright trying to pull it down. She looks to go inside now to Elise Schoenrock. Left alone for three on the near side. Elbows Reedy. That is going to be good.
And that's exactly what Royalton needs to do. You get that double team, that triple team inside. There's going to be players open, and then they have to hit those shots.
Drugsma has it after the pass from Annabelle Gothman, looking at Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom going to drive inside, give to Willow Hunt off the glass, too strong. A really quick whistle there. I mean, that was almost simultaneous with the play. I think they're going to get Sahlstrom with her third. They will.
And that's where you're kind of in that vein of I think maybe you leave her in there. I don't know, 3 with just a couple minutes. That starts to get a little bit tight, and I would assume that we'll probably see Grace Haas or Johnson come in here shortly.
Double team. Madison Gothman's going to tie it up again, and it's going to be Milaca ball.
That's exactly what I was talking about there, that she tried to take that ball away. If you look at the way that Gothman had it, she had both arms fully around that basketball, and it's like either you just hold on tight and hope for that jump ball or you just give it up.
Madison Gothman at the top of the key, runs into a little bit of a double team, now gives it over to Willow Hunt on the far side. Now to Solstrom on the far side corner, back again for Madison Gothman, trying to give it inside to Droogsma, goes right through her hands, and Reedy's there to take it away. Reedy will try and get around the defender, but that's Annabelle Gothman, a 3 here from Elise Schoenrock. That's going to be, a bank shot that is in.
Bank is open late on a Tuesday.
I did not think that one was going to go in, but the bank shot is good. And it's 31-28. You know, the Wolves did a good job to open up this game with the second half with a 3, but all of a sudden it's been Royalton since. As Annabelle Gothman has it, trying to drive baseline, got into a little bit of trouble there, running into a double team. We'll give it now to Droogsma. 2 players wind up in the same spot, but it doesn't end in disaster. Now they'll give to Solstrom. Solstrom on the near side, under 10 seconds to shoot. She'll give the Hunt. Hunt looking, she's got to get this one off. Solstrom will shoot it over the defender, just off the mark, but it's going to be a rebound there, and a nice one for Droogsma on the baseline. And now we're going to get a timeout, called by Milaca. They're going to discuss things because they know they see something that they want to fix and try and get things going back their way. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Update from Foley. Bram leads Uppsala in that Section 5A semifinal or the subsection championship, whichever way you'd like to look at it. 63-51. We're keeping you updated. That one's got to be getting late to the end there, Andy, but we're cheering for Bram, obviously, and for the Milaca Wolves here tonight. Hopefully you get 2 girls teams in their own championship games.
I like that timeout coming back to this game here that Coach Haas took. They did get the offensive rebound, but they had it deep in the corner, which is kind of a danger zone to be able to get out of potential double teams and into some trouble there. So a good quick timeout there. Let's just reset things, get things kind of settled down a little bit, get a good offensive possession for the remaining 18 seconds of the offensive rebound.
I like to call those just kind of possession timeouts. They keep the possession with your team, kind of preserve those possessions. Solstrom will look to inbound. Going to deep inbound here to Annabelle Gothman, who will start at the top of the key. Started that clock a little early on the shot clock. Annabelle Gothman inside, lost that one. It will stay with Milaca. Knocked out of bounds by Royalton. 10 seconds to shoot on that shot clock. 14:36 to go, second half.
Nice lob pass, nice entry pass, but a really good defensive play there by Schoenrock coming across the lane to get that double team, knock that ball away.
Solstrom will get set to inbound. Not sure where to go with it. She wants Madison Gothman right underneath the basket. That one was blocked. We're going to get a foul, though, and Gothman's going to the line.
That was a play by Gothman. She came right down the heart of the paint, and she just was basically using her size as against the defender. As it was Reedy, the 8th grader, kind of trying to lean up against her. She's like, I'm just going to lean right back, and I'm going to be able to get that half a step in front of you, and then just kind of fall away with the jump shot and hope there's some contact.
Gothman's first one is up and good. This is their first time at the free throw line here tonight, Andy, and a lot of times when a team gets to the line for the first time in a night in the second half, there might be a little bit of shakiness up there. And I was not going to use the announcer's jinx there. I was waiting. I didn't want to say anything until she either made it or missed it.
I'm proud of you.
See, I'm learning as we go. Now on the near side, Reedy for 3. This is going to be big, and it is.
Right in front of her own student section, and that's the type of shot that an 8th grader starting on varsity is going to try to hit.
Droogsma with it, give on the near side. Madison Gothman going to try and answer with one of her own, a little too strong. And oh my goodness, how did Annabelle Gothman get that rebound? I don't know. Did she morph through the defender? I don't know how she did that.
I think somehow Wolbeck found like a hole in her chest or something.
Good give up the court from Reedy there to Albright. Then this pass trying to get it out of danger, but it winds up going out of bounds for Royalton, and it goes right back to Milaca.
I have such a hard angle here. Not necessarily hard angle, but we're so close to the edge. I don't see the timeline. I always think it's way out of bounds, but they still got like 8 feet to work with.
Here comes Madison Gothman. Spin move inside. She has to pick up her dribble. She'll give the Solstrom on the far side corner. Annabelle Gothman with it. She'll take it towards the top of the key. Stop, pause, now give it to Droogsma. Droogsma looking, give to Solstrom. Solstrom working on Reedy. Trying to get through defender. She draws another foul. That's a veteran move by Sahlstrom.
That's
right?
a good, smart move there. Realizing you got a little bit of position on the defender and just kind of initiating maybe a little bit of contact. There's no foul trouble for her, but just kind of going in on that just a little bit.
That is Wolbeck's first, team's third.
Oh, I thought they were going to get Reedy with that one.
As did I. This one up and no good by Sahlstrom.
Bram has gone final 65-53, so one way or another, we got a team on Friday.
Cool. Bram will be in their Section 5A championship. Sahlstrom, this one off the back iron, no good, 0 for 2 there. Rebounded by Elise Schoenrock. 35-31, your Wolves with the lead. Wolbeck with it, give on the near side to Addison Schoenrock. She's shown she can hit from long range. That one's going to be no good. Madison Gothman up over everybody to get that one. Quick up the court. Droogsma, no fast break opportunity. It is halted by the Royals. That's Elise Schoenrock just in better position. And Annabelle Gothman tying it up. What a great play by Annabelle Gothman.
I heard the whistle. I'm like, there's no way they can call a foul on that. But sure enough, she came across the top, was able to get that basketball cleanly.
What a great play by Annabelle Gothman. Royalton fans aren't going to like it. It is the right call, though.
Absolutely. It's a tough, aggressive play, but that's that aggressive defensive nature.
Albright with a three. You just can't allow them any open looks, especially right now. It's momentum, Royalton. Got a timeout called here. I didn't see who got the call.
I think Milaca took it.
It'll be a full timeout no matter what. I still didn't see who called it. Well, either way, we're going to take a quick 30-second break. Be back here on KBEK.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab CK Oil, save $2 when you buy 2, or CK Diesel DEF treatment for only $23.99. While you're at Holiday, they still have the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items, and Refresh Team Spirit with Mountain Dew are 3 for $6, or Celsius, buy one get one free. Whoa, better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. We'll be there Friday at Hollenbeck Hall on the campus of St. Cloud State. Might have 3, might have 4, might have 5, might have all of us. I don't know.
We're going to bring everybody to the ballpark. We're going to go out there and just have a good time. One way or the other, it's going to be a fun night at St. Cloud State University. Always a great atmosphere, always a great position, and a chance to be able to send a team to state, maybe even 2 teams to state. Could be a great night out at the ballpark. And again, we got one team for sure, and Bram Bombers making it there, hoping to be able to get the Milaca Wolves there as well.
Andy, though, back to our game. Momentum is kind of swung right now in Royalton's favor. They're hitting a lot more threes, getting a lot more open shots. If you're Milaca, you can tell they're still calm. They're not worried. But how do you make sure to eventually, maybe not necessarily at this moment, but get momentum swung back in your favor?
Just keep doing what you've been doing, and of course this isn't going to help. They end up turning the ball over and committing a foul, but just playing good defense at the other end. They knocked down a couple of threes, but the game is cyclical. It'll go back and forth. You hope to be able to close out on that ball maybe a little bit better, but you can't go away from what's got you here, that you can't just collapse on the ball or stop collapsing on the ball.
It seems like a little bit, they're going back to rushing that offense maybe a little bit, forcing some passes right now for the Wolves, as we see now. Albright with it, gives on the near side to Addison Schoenrock. She's going to lob it inside to Elise. Shot is up. That could have been a foul, but it's not going to get called. Willow Hunt's going to get the rebound. She'll give off to Annabelle Gothman, who will take it up past the timeline. Wolves still lead 35-34. Whether it's a 1 or a 10 or a 12, doesn't matter. All you need is a win, but they currently lead by 1. Droogsma with it on the far side. Give to Willow Hunt at the top of the key. Now to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom kicks far side. Madison Gothman 3. Nope, too strong. But Willow Hunt is there for the rebound plus the and one.
That was a really impressive find there by the Wolves to be able to get it out for Gothman. I don't know how she got that wide open. Usually she's watched a little bit closer than that. But she was able to get a good shot away, and Hunt able to kind of get on that weak side, the near side type of rebound. You'd think that one's going to careen far side, but she was able to get there and come away with it.
So it was Albright with the foul. It will only be 2 as this one nearly stolen away. It's going to be, no. Going to get a foul. Is this against the Royals?
That's a really nice, smart play there by the Wolves. as they picked her up Reedy. They inbounded it to Reedy, and everybody just cleared out saying, okay, point guard's got the ball, let's just head up court. And the Wolves like, all right, well, we'll just double team her in the corner. And she had nowhere to go. She threw it away, and then in the trying to get the ball back, they commit the foul.
It's Elise Schoenrock's fourth, team's fifth.
And that's huge with her being 4.
Inbound will go to Willow Hunt, too far. Oh, she luckily did not touch that one before crossing the timeline back on the defensive side. Now it's Madison Gothman to bring it forward past it again. Smart play there by Willow Hunt, the senior. Now Madison gives to Annabelle, to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom looking inside, will give to Droogsma. She's going to take her first long-range 3. No good. Willow Hunt. Oh, shot clock is messed up, but they got it figured out.
I think she kind of rushed that rebound on the shot there by Hunt underneath, but a good offensive rebound and a good putback. Just couldn't get it to go.
Annabelle Gothman bothering Wolbeck on the far sideline. Wolbeck has it again. Now underneath here to Rodeski. Reedy for 3. Off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded there by Annabelle Gothman to Madison Gothman. She does draw the foul.
Good smart play there by Annabelle to keep that ball just long enough that the defender kind of shifted her weight just a little bit.
This is going to go against Wolbeck, her second, team's 6th, and Madison Gothman will now shoot 2. Madison Gothman's actually 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. Now 3 for 3. 38-34 with that one. And that one does just fall off the front of the rim. And rebound. Oh, it's stolen back. A long 2 by Madison Gothman, a little too strong there. It was Droogsma with the rebound. Rebounded again, Droogsma. Timeout called by Milaca. That was close. Otherwise, it probably would have been jump ball.
I think that Coach Oz was saying timeout, until the official was like, okay, possession.
So a timeout called here by Milaca. It'll be 30. We'll keep it here, 38-34. Man, if you're Milaca right now, you're getting a lot of time in your own offensive zone. How important is that for your team, or is it important?
I think it's important to be patient with it, to make sure you're getting a good shot. You see some teams that get so wrapped up with we got to get it to one person, or we got to get, this is a specific play that we're getting to. I think right now it's more of a, let's get it to a good shot. And if you can have that mindset, make sure that you're patient to be able to get there. It's clearly something that they work on in practice quite often, that we're going to rotate the ball around, we're going to move it around. Your good shot may be underneath, but we're going to make sure we get it there before we take that shot.
Sahlstrom will inbound deep to Madison Gothman. Annabelle was right there, but Madison kind of stole it from her. This pass was tipped inside to Droogsma, and she still gets it to fall.
I think her shot was maybe even partially blocked, but somehow rolled it across the rim.
40-34, Reedy, lob shot. That's going to be off the side of the rim. Sahlstrom is going to pick up the rebound, her first. Sahlstrom's going to bring it forward. She's got Madison Gothman. She's instead going to take it herself. Oh, travel call. One too many steps. She taps her chest, says, yep, my bad, guys.
She had Gothman on the other side of the paint open there.
Yeah.
Kind of a little 2-on-1 and didn't pass it. I think she thought she was going to be able to maybe do kind of a little ball fake juke move and didn't get her feet set.
So unfortunately a turnover. We'll give it back to the Royals. 10:20 to go here in the game. Wolves lead 40-34 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Royals have it on the far side. Albright trying to go inside to Wolbeck, and it's blocked by Annabelle Gothman. This defense for Milaca is just something else. It is so fun to watch. It will be Royals ball as it was knocked out of bounds by Milaca. This shot is no good. It will somehow get to Reedy for the rebound.
I think Royalton is feeling the pressure, or at least feeling kind of where this game is at right now.
Nothing but net, but the wrong way. This ball is going to go out of bounds. It will be Milaca's ball.
And what I mean by that isn't so much that they're rushing, because I don't think they're rushing on offense. I think they're maybe taking quicker shots, but I don't think that they're rushing or pressing. But they brought 20 Schoenrock already back with 4 fouls,
Yeah.
and usually you wait till under 8, under 7 just to make sure she didn't fall out. but I think they're like, we have to have it. We're already down 6. We don't want to be down more, and she's impacting the game.
She is, as we see the ball now with the Wolves to Annabelle Gothman. Shot is up, and
That was awfully close. I mentioned before the game that I don't really like the new Euro step rule. That was close to that, but I think that when she kind of lost her balance, her other foot hit before she got rid of the ball.
That would have been a nasty looking two because, I don't know how she got it to fall, but it won't count because of the travel. Emily Block with it up the court on the near side for Royalton. Now gives inside to Albright. Albright over to Elise Schoenrock, now on the far side to Reedy. Travel. Going to get a foul here on the Wolves. And it will be on Sahlstrom, her 4th. Team's 3rd.
See, this is where you see maybe Sahlstrom check out of the game. I thought maybe they would do it earlier, but smart play by Sahlstrom to be able to kind of lay off it a little bit here for the last handful of minutes.
Haas will check into the game for her. Royalton will inbound right underneath the bat. Going to get a block called here on Annabelle Gothman with her 3rd. Some fans don't like the call. Andy, what do you think?
I think that the block happened before the shot because there was separation on the shot. I think she kind of got it before there. So I don't know that I like the 2 shots, but I think that there probably was some contact in there.
Albright to shoot 2. First one is good. They get 40-35. This one's up and good as well. So Albright hits them both. And that will make it a 40-36 game.
9:25 to go here in a tightly contested ball game. Milaca trying to be able to keep that defensive pressure up, but also get some scoring on the other end.
Willow Hunt in the far side corner with it, near side rather. Now give to Annabelle Gothman all the way over to Madison. Nice one-handed grab to keep that one alive. Back to Annabelle at the top of the key. Druzma from the free throw line. It's good.
I do like what Royalton is doing. They're trying to pick them up in the 3/4 court or at least a half court to try to show a little bit of press, but Milaca settling in once they get into the half court set.
As we see a 3 here from Albright, rattle out. Annabelle Gothman with the rebound. She'll take it up the court, going quickly. Finds Madison. Madison wasn't ready. Travel, unfortunately. Because she wasn't ready, she shuffled her feet, and that's really unfortunate.
Little miscommunication. I think really she wanted to go to the weak side on the far side for Druzma that was cutting up. I think she had a couple of steps, but she didn't really have an angle to get that pass through.
Going back to that shot from Druzma at the free throw line, how important is it for Milaca to just take what Royalton's given them?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what a good possession is taking what's there. You're not forcing it to one person or another. You're not forcing it to one spot on the floor. That's what was there. That's what a good shot is. Make it or miss it. That's what a good shot is.
Albright will give top of the key now to Block. Block assessing her options. Looking. Now we'll give near side to Addison Schoenrock. She looks again, give now to Wolbeck. Wolbeck eyeing up the 3, gives underneath to Reedy. Instead, it's stolen away by Grace Haas. Up to Madison Gothman. Madison knocked out from behind by Royalton, so we'll stay with Milaca. 42-36, 8:16 to go. Sahlstrom going to check back in early. No,
I mean it's good. I think maybe I give it another minute or so, but you have somebody like Haas that can just come in and just replace her. But I guess I'd maybe give it another minute or 2.
Inbound here to Druzma. Druzma gets by one defender. An easy 2 is dropped in by Druzma. And again, just kind of taking what the defense gave her. Royalton will bring it back up with Wolbeck. Wolbeck looking to cross the timeline. She does. Now trying to set things up. Trying to go to Emily Block. This is poked out, but it's going to be to Albright. Albright on the far side. Now gives them the far side corner to Addison Schoenrock. Wolbeck bothered by Madison. Trying to drive baseline. The reverse shot, I think, might have been partially blocked. It's going to be taken back by Wolbeck on the 2. Shot no good. She's fouled. She'll go to line and shoot 2. Now, is this on Annabelle Gothman? If so, this is going to be huge, because that would be her 4th.
Nope.
Madison
Gothman will pick it
it'll
up.
be her 3rd, thankfully. But
you are starting to kind of look at it, though, like 3-3-4 with Sahlstrom, and with 7:50 to go, I'd like to get under 6 before I get too worked up.
Right.
But the 3s you're not too worried about as long as they don't pick up that 4th in the next maybe minute and a half.
First one up and no good by Wolbeck. Meanwhile, they do put Elise Schoenrock back in, trying to get this rebound if it were to be missed, but it's not going to be there by Wolbeck. She goes 1 of 2 to make it 44-37. It's Annabelle Gothman stopping at that Benedict logo. Up past the timeline, now drifting to the near side corner. Taking a look at her options. She's a little bit upset with how the play developed there, so she just gives to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom in the far side corner will drift back to the middle, and I think that was maybe not the right shot, but Willow Hunt's going to come up with the rebound to help her out. Now to Madison Gothman on the near side elbow, too strong. Rebound right to Sahlstrom, and Sahlstrom got the bounce to bounce that one in for 2.
I would agree. I don't know that I like the attacking nature, but the defense kind of went away. I think she was expecting contact and kind of created a bad shot.
This ball knocked out of bounds by Madison Gothman. It will stay with Royalton. I thought for a moment maybe because
every whistle.
Wolbeck,
you know.
Well, I mean, Wolbeck started to walk away. I thought, oh, is this Milaca ball? And Andy, we drift under or towards that 7-minute mark into under 7 minutes. The possession arrow still favors Milaca. How important is that? As Reedy, that one is not going to fall. We're going to tie up. Yep, and well, never mind. Possession arrow goes to Milaca.
How important is that? I think that the key right now, though, is what you do with that. So right there, they get a rebound, essentially a turnover right there. If they can turn it into points, it becomes huge. But they have to take advantage of those opportunities to be able to come away with the win because this Royalton team is not going away.
They'll move the ball around beautifully. Hunt, nice shot.
I love the patience there by Willow Hunt. Got the ball, spun away from traffic, spun away again, and then is able to make the shot.
Are they? Oh, what? They're going to get. Oh, no way. It's on Annabelle Gothman. I don't know about that one. I'm going to respectfully disagree there. I don't know. That's a tough one. Well, it's going to be her 4th, team 6th. And that stings a little for Milaca because now she's got to be careful. Inside to Elise Schoenrock. Shot is up. No good. Oh, my goodness. There is no way.
I was going to say, and that's a smart play by Royalton. You go right back at her.
I don't know about that call, Andy.
I don't know that. It looked like she did when she went up, kind of slapped our hand a little bit. I don't know that I like it. I don't like the previous one. That one I'm more accepting of, but the previous one I'm not a real big fan of. But that's, you kind of play with fire when you leave somebody with 4 out there. You know, I didn't want her to pick up that 4th, but again, that's what happens. You know what I mean? You're given 5, and sometimes you use all of them.
Well, whether you agree or not, it is her 5th, and as a freshman, you know, how hard is it? I mean, she's only a freshman, Andy, and to foul out of a game like this, that's got to sting, but, I mean, she's handling it, I think, better than maybe some others would.
And I think that really for her, it's more that she's just devastated because she can't help her teammates. She can't be out there to play defense. She can't be out there to try to out-rebound somebody. Yeah. I don't think she's worried about the scoring side of it at all, just more so that she can't be there for her team.
This one nearly stolen. Oh, man. I think who are they going to get this on now?
I think Haas is going to pick this one up. The ball was kind of deflected a little bit. She tried to come across and be able to get it.
Yeah.
But now we're into a critical stage of the game where now we're going to get 1-and-1 free throws.
Well, if there's any silver lining, that's only Haas's first, so she's got a lot to give. But, like you mentioned, now it's going to be tough because Milaca's put in a precarious situation where 2 more and they're shooting 2, but that's it. I mean, for the most part, Royalton has some pretty good free throw shooters.
You know, I talk about an 8th grader making some clutch free throws. Not quite ready for the nomination as we still have 6:19 left to go. But I'm keeping it in my mind.
This one, good as well. Well, that puts them in the same point category in the 40s as Milaca with 6:10 to go. Sahlstrom has it at the top of the key. Gives it to Droogsma. Droogsma hands back to Sahlstrom. Now give to Madison Gothman on the far side. That's good!
I was just thinking as she released that, you got to hit that. That's a big shot right there. I was just thinking in my mind of how I made a comment at halftime that if you hold them to the same amount in the second half, that's 44. They already surpassed that. But that's assuming you have Gothman in the second half, too.
Yeah. Nowhere to go on that far side for Albright. Nearly lost it. Droogs almost got it. Woolbeck inside to Reedy. And Hunt could have maybe had a play, but I think that was smart by her to lay off there.
Yep, that's a good, smart play, and sometimes you just get beat by the play.
Now we get a foul on Royalton, and now both teams in the bonus. This is going to go on Reedy. And now for Milaca, obviously now they have to hit theirs.
Free throws win ball games. I had that T-shirt when I played GV basketball back in the day. But it's never more true than in a game like this, where now we're into the bonus for both teams with 5.5 to play. It's going to have an effect.
As that one is no good. And bringing up the court, Reedy, give back outside to Albright for 3. That's going to be no good. Race it. Oh, yeah, it's going to be. Dang. I think it will be on Grace Haas, though, so it's only her second, but now it's a 1-and-1 for Albright, which, again,
it's aggressive. It's a good aggressive play. And you look at, like, one of the seniors. We talked about that senior leadership, Bella Sahlstrom, shouting to her team, let's get some time going. Let's stop fouling the basketball, trying to be too aggressive. Be the right amount aggressive, but let them make the mistakes.
Ooh, that was not called a jump ball, interestingly enough. Hunt, meanwhile, is going to get the steal after
I thought for sure there was a jump ball right underneath us.
Well, Willow Hunt does a good job to get the steal anyway, so no good on that one was Albright. And Wolves have it back. Sahlstrom on the far side trying to drive. Now kick to Drugsma. Almost lost it. Oh, is she going to? Oh, and she's looking for a foul. She's absolutely.
She kind of lost her footing a little bit as she was going to that edge. But that's another one of those where that's a quick possession and a quick turnover. They need to settle down a little bit. Yes, they don't have Annabelle Gothman out there, but she's checked out of the game before. They need to find a way to be able to settle in against this.
Oh, almost a foul the other way. Madison Gothman with the steal, though. Fast break. Oh, good. Oh, my goodness. You have to have it. Reedy with the rebound. Half of Milaca's down the other way. This pass too far for Royalton, and it goes back to Milaca. You talk about catching a break, Andy. That is maybe the biggest one of the game.
And you nailed it right on the head. You have to have it. I think that she was kind of feeling or hearing the defense coming behind her, wanted to take that step. She kind of was in between steps on the layup, but you got to be able to have that lay-in one way or the other. And then, of course, like you mentioned, just catching a break, being able to throw that ball away into the front court.
Sahlstrom was trying to draw a foul there, cutting across the court, giving it to Madison Gothman, now to Drugsma. Drugsma wanted to go inside, gives to Sahlstrom now. Sahlstrom top of the key, looks, gives on the near side to Grace Haas. Grace Haas going to try and drive inside, give now to Drugsma. Drugsma on the near side. Not a foul there?
Yeah, I thought there was a little contact there on that one, but nonetheless, they're kind of letting it play a little bit, almost a little push out there on Shorrock on that one as well.
Well, trying to give inside, and again it's through the hands of Addison Shorrock back to Milaca. 51-42, 4 minutes to go.
You can see some despair starting to fall on the faces of some of the Royals players. There's still 4 minutes left to play, and that's a huge thing because right now it's a mindset game right now. We talked about having that mental toughness to battle through it. If you're starting to show despair when you have more than enough time, that's a problem.
Beautiful pass inside to Grace Haas, and Drugsma drops it in for 2 with the defender dang near on her back, trying to get that block. Nice job by Drugsma.
Gorgeous ball movement on that one.
As Royals have it back, Reedy now give the Woolbeck. Fakes the 3, drive inside. Again, another pass that goes awry. Oh, she's trying to argue that it was tipped. I don't think it was. I don't think it was even close to being tipped, but I like that you're trying to argue it.
I mean, you try to get every one that you can, and you kind of hope for the best. I didn't have a very good angle. I was blocked by some camouflage in front of me. But, I mean, you try to get every call that you can, but you start looking at that clock. I mentioned before, 44 points would be double what Royalton in that first half. Granted, I thought that especially when Gothman went out and they went on a little bit of, I don't even know if they really scored much, but they went. It felt like a run. I was like, okay, they're going to get close to 50. Milaca's at 53. I still feel pretty confident about it. I don't know that Milaca defensively is going to give up 50. We still got 3.5 minutes left to go, but you start looking at the way that they're running their offense and the anguish. Like I mentioned, the look on their faces of the Royals, you can tell they're starting to press themselves. And I think that that's what Coach Haas needs to talk about. Like, all right, we're going to play almost a little, not worse defense, but like don't be quite as reachy, don't be quite as aggressive because they're throwing it away themselves. Let them do it to themselves.
Absolutely, and there'll be a little bit of full court press here shown by the Royals. Meanwhile, Sahlstrom, another one. That's probably another one. Probably a couple calls that were definitely missed in there on that try by Sahlstrom. Maybe not. Woolbeck will shoot for 3. That's going to be no good. Madison Gotham will get the rebound. I'm not sure there, Andy.
The second one probably not, but that first one for sure. The second one she was more out of control and kind of falling. But that first one, there was absolutely some contact. She may have initiated a little bit of it, but you want to get a good possession out of this. I like that she's trying to cut in front and try to get that contact, but you want to get a good possession no matter what.
Droogsma with it now, dribble behind the back. Nice job to keep the ball on that dribble. Oh, again, Salstrom hitting the head. Could have been called the foul, but instead they'll give to Droogsma. Is that a 3? 2. It's a long 2.
But that's still a beautiful play by Salstrom to be able to draw that defense, kick it back out, and get a good shot.
Woolbeck inside, and she'll get on the board for 2. Make it 55-44.
Royalton needs to try to get points in bunches. They need to get turnovers. They need to get points. So they're going to start trying to push that tempo going to the basket.
Madison Gotham brings it forward. Lost it. Reedy will get the steal, and Salstrom backing off. Nice job.
Yep. Yeah, and if you're Bella Salstrom, you just got to let her take that all day when you have 4. You don't try to get in front of her. I think she wanted to, but that's a smart play to just kind of lay out that one. Just give up the points. Just let her go. I think Coach Haas had a question for one of the officials, and
I think he's still asking about it. Looking for a timeout. He's going to get a full. Well, we'll take a quick 30-second break. Be back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Back here, Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Wolves will use their second to last timeout. They'll be left with 55-46, 2:16 to go here, Andy. To close this one out, what does Milaca need to do?
I think that they just need to keep having just solid, balanced possessions. Royalton is in a situation right now where they have to play above aggressive defense. They're going to be trying to jump lanes. They're going to be trying to double team the ball. We've seen it already a couple of times where they just kind of ran a little mini fast break on the offense in the zone. Be patient with the ball. It's going to open up. Don't dribble yourself into positions where you're going to get double teamed, but know when that double team comes that it's going to be available. Royalton has to press right now. They have to rush the ball. They have to try to get turnovers. So they're going to be playing outside of what they normally do, and you have to take advantage of that.
It will be the Wolves. They'll have those 2 players underneath, and Albright and Woolbeck trying to guard one-on-one with either Madison Gothman or Salstrom, but Salstrom going to bring it up. She nearly passes them both. Going to work herself back and forth. And another one that could have been a foul call. Not going to be called again. Schoenrock will get the steal this time. Letting Woolbeck go, and she's going to drop it in for 2. Well, 55-48. Again, letting them play, but those were fouls earlier in the game, which is unfortunate for Milaca.
I think that the problem that we're running into that Salstrom is the way that she runs, kind of like she gets bumped and she kind of loses her balance, so it looks like she's out of control. I don't know that she was before the bump, but I think it's more of a kind of a situational the way that it looks.
Well, that's
definitely a foul. I can't. I mean, they called it, so obviously, but that's definitely one of those that you have to take a look at.
Yeah.
105 seconds left to go, and again, you have to make the free throws. You have to make the free throws.
We'll whisper it here as it is Salstrom at the line for a 1-and-1. This one, no good. Race for the rebound, not going to be caught by the Wolves. It's Woolbeck with it. She's going to take it forward. Give on the far side, Albright. This could not.
They're not rotating to the perimeter nearly enough right now, and that's what Royalton wants to do. I talked about that they wanted to get turnovers, but they need to shoot threes. They need to just to try to get back in this game. Now it's a 4-point game with 94 seconds.
Well, a timeout called there, I think. I'm still not sure by who, but it is by Royalton. So, but that's unfortunate for the Wolves because now all of a sudden, Royalton is right back in it, and you haven't made a basket here in the last couple of minutes. So, but we know we talked about it earlier. The Wolves are, I don't want to say comfortable. I don't think anybody's absolutely comfortable, but they're okay with playing in close games like this. But now they need a shot to kind of get things going back in their direction, because all of a sudden this game has switched hands.
They need a good possession on this one, and if nothing else, if they get fouled, they have to make the free throws. I talk endlessly here in the second half that you have to be able to take advantage of the free throws. Otherwise, this is going to be a tough finish.
Madison Gothman will bring it forward, trying to get a screen from Sahlstrom. Madison Gothman going to take it coast to coast, trying to give it to Willow Hunt. Can't have that. Absolutely can't have it. Oh my goodness.
You want to talk about dodging a bullet.
Ooh. They just did right there. It should have been Royalton ball. They have it go through their hands and out of bounds, and it will stay with Milaca.
Gothman tried to toss it across the paint to Hunt. It hit the basket.
Yeah.
Two Royalton players fumbled it against each other.
Inbound important there to Gothman, now to Droogsma. Droogsma trying to get around the defender. You can see Milaca slowing things down a little bit now offensively here, Andy, but there's a foul. Now,
and that's what they want to do. Sahlstrom's who they want to foul.
Yep.
So I'm not surprised that that's what happened there, but we're getting close to that's going to be 9. The next one is going to be a 2-shot. So even if it's somebody that might miss one, if they can get one of them, they have to keep making the free throws.
Got that on Addison showing rock. Still a 1-1, like you mentioned. 1:10 to go, 55-51. Wolves currently with the lead. This one, no good again. That is what is hurting them here in this second half, are those missed free throws. Now on the far side corner, 3 for Albright. Thank goodness for Milaca, no good. And this is going to be knocked out of bounds by Royals.
Again, the Schoenrock sisters, they were both battling for the basketball, kind of knocked it away from each other a little bit right on this near side. But again, the Wolves have to close out on the 3 a little bit better than they have been, because that's what Royalton needs. They're going to drive and penetrate and kick the ball out.
Full court pressure put on here by the Royals. Droogsma trying to get fancy with her ball handling. She got that ball away. Now up to Madison Gothman, now to Droogsma. She's going to try and wait. Give to Madison Gothman. If you're the Wolves, they tried to get Sahlstrom, but Sahlstrom said, nope, here, Gothman, you take it.
That was a quick back and forth there by the Wolves to be able to get it there.
Droogsma trying, no.
That's about as good as you want for the Royals, about as bad as you could really get for the Wolves, but it was kind of what you wanted. You were able to get free and you worked towards the basket. I would have liked to have seen her maybe peel away and not try to get the bucket. Yes, you were down to about 7 on the shot clock, but that's still another 6-7 seconds.
And I think, are you almost okay with the shot clock violation there? This ball up for grabs. Schoenrock gets it. Shot's no good. Willow Hunt. Jump ball. Possession is Royals, so we'll stay with
I would rather have a shot clock violation than just a turnover on a ball thrown away.
20 seconds to go here, Andy. 55-51. How important is this for the Wolves to guard that perimeter? And
again, with 21 seconds, I mean, you got to make your free throws, but you don't want a 3. Like, that's what you want to be able to prevent.
Ooh, Grace Haas, could have been called for the foul. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded, nope, jump ball again. Milaca's going to get the ball. 16 seconds to go, 55-51. Obviously, inbound foul here for Royalton.
They're going to foul as quickly. They're going to try to defend the inbound. They're going to try to knock it away. The Wolves have to get the inbounds cleanly and try to be able to work the ball up court. They're going to try to sneak a couple deep.
Well, you can see they don't even have Sahlstrom down here. It's going to be Droogsma. She'll go to line to shoot 2. That foul going to be on Emily Block. Her first, team's 10th.
She can't necessarily seal it here, as right now with 4 points, it's a 2-possession game. Even if she makes both 6, makes it still a 2-possession game. But 2 threes are harder than just getting a quick bucket underneath and getting a timeout.
And you can see head coach Todd Haas talking with his players saying, hey, here's what we got to do, close it out. And again, Droogsman, that hurts a little bit. No good on the first. Andy, they have only hit 3 of their free throws here in the second half.
It's a tough number to swallow right now. Free throws win games. They can also lose games. And I'm hoping that they can hold on, but that's a tough number.
This one is good, though. Well, they get 1 of 2, 56-51. Here comes Wolbeck. Wolbeck driving hard. Stops at the 3, now to Albright, now to Wolbeck. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Schoenrock. Nice job by Willow Hunt to just to let that go.
Just let her go ahead and take it. Let the clock keep going. Let the clock keep moving. Smart play there by Hunt.
56-53. 3 seconds to go here, Andy. So obviously a quick foul again for Royalton. Milaca's going to have to go to the line. Obviously you want to make both. But it's so if they were to miss both, defensively, Milaca's plan. I'm not the biggest opponent of maybe fouling on the inbounds, just because it's still it'd be a 2-shot foul, but then it goes to the length of the court and you get the 2-shot foul. Of course, that does potentially have a make and then a rebound and a make, but at the same time, you kind of take the 3 ball out of their hands. But at the same time, 3.4 seconds, you're hoping to be able to get maybe a full second off of this to be able to get the inbound before the foul comes. You try to run this out as quick as you can. You try to run this up court. You try to get away as quick as you can. Even if you commit a turnover, you try to do that because they're going to try to get timeout, but you hopefully get down to 2, maybe even below that. And then Royalton just has to try to go with the desperate heave. Royalton has no timeouts left after this one there, Andy. Andy, what about this? A high lob pass after the inbound if you can get it fast enough.
I like it, but with 3.4 seconds, it makes it a little tough to be able to get all the clock to run off.
Obviously full court press here by Royalton. They find Madison Gothman, fouled. Oh!
I couldn't see it.
I'll say this, she didn't have all ball. Now Milaca, you can see conversing amongst themselves, guard the 3, and obviously we're going to get a timeout here by Milaca. Well, that's about almost as bad as you could have it, Andy. Now, obviously, it's not the worst thing in the world. You're still forcing Royalton to take that shot to try and tie it up. So it's not the worst thing in the world because there's still a chance for a miss. But now, defensively, they have to inbound, or offensively, Royalton has to inbound. So now what does this defense look like?
You have to guard against the 3 ball, and if they get the ball inside, just Ole defense. Don't body them up. Don't try to put your hands up. Just get out of the way. But stay around the 3-point line. If nothing else, you just put all 5 girls right around the perimeter. You don't even try to guard the ball, anything like that, because that's what you're trying to be able to prevent, because that's the only thing that can affect the game right now. Yeah. The only other thing is a shot inside with a foul, which is you stay away from that altogether. You give them that too, if possible, and with 2.1 seconds, hopefully you can get the ball up court quick enough.
Well, here we go. What a game. What a game it's been. Black is coming out. Another timeout. 56-53, 2.1 to go. You can just feel the tension in the building right now, Andy. Everybody holding their breath. Royalton does have to inbound. They still got to get the shot off.
It's a tough spot to inbound, too, in the corner.
Here we go. Shot is up. No good, and the Wolves are going to get the win!
Woo! That was a good look. That was a good shot. And from my angle, that was coming right at it. Oh, goodness gracious. That, for Royalton, you can't hang your head about that. You gave it everything you had. You came back in the second half, and you gave it the best shot. That's the shot that you want to get. They got it at the horn and just couldn't quite convert, but that's exactly what you want if you're Royalton.
What a game. We were treated to a great one here, Andy. We're going to take a commercial break, catch our breaths, and then we'll come back and recap this game here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative, To all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Baseball and softball coaches, are you looking for dry, warm practice time?
Here's the Pitch in North Branch can help. Here's the Pitch offers amazing indoor options for your team.
Offering state-of-the-art pitching machines and batting cages.
And space for you to give instruction without worrying about the weather outside.
Take your athletes to the next level.
Coach up your team during every season or off-season. Affordable practice space for your ball teams.
Make your reservation today.
Call Here's the Pitch today or visit them on Facebook.
Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The truth is, you don't have to be an athlete to need physical therapy. Car accidents, work accidents, and simply aging can take its toll on our bodies. Physical therapy consultants in North Branch, Isani, Andover, Ham Lake, St. Francis, and Zimmerman can help you heal. Services like massage therapy, orthopedic care, and more. Physical therapy consultants can help. Call Physical Therapy Consultants at 1-888-THERAPY. All insurance plans accepted, including workers' comp and auto.
Back here on Nice 95.5, Andy, you busy Friday?
I think I have a cardiac appointment that I gotta. Maybe I'll.
You and I both.
We'll have to wait for the results of that to be able to see. Oh goodness gracious! I mean, that's what we were talking during the not even really during the pregame, during the previous game before us. It was a 20-30 point ball game.
Yeah.
Big win by Sauk Center over the top of Annandale. Sauk Center is a heck of a ball club. They're going to be a tough matchup on Friday. But we were remarking about how full it was in here and how quiet it was.
Yeah.
For just a packed gymnasium in a subsection final that was just a tremendous ball game. It was one of those type of atmospheres that, like, you were just waiting. Everybody was primed for that type of environment.
Yeah.
And you're like, it should be, with this many people and this many passionate people, this should be like a 2-3 point ball game. I think I said a 2 or 1 point ball game. You know, a 3 works, you know.
Yeah, right.
It worked just fine for me. Fans were into it on both sides. It was back and forth. Milaca losing, one of their toughest players, like one of their better defenders. Just that type of situation. She's not everything.
Right.
One person is not everything. Milaca has other players. That's how they were able to come away with this win. But it definitely changed the landscape of how Milaca played defense in the second half.
Yeah, they did, for Milaca, after she checked out, they did not score a ton. They scored just enough to get the win. But how big, looking back, is that Droogsma free throw? She made 1 or 2 there. How big is that? Just that one?
Just that one, because the 3 at the end there by Schoenrock, had that gone in, that would be a ball game. That'd be, just a 1 point victory for Royalton. Thankfully, I guess, for Milaca fans, that one hit back iron and came off, plus Droogsma hit the free throw. But, that's something we talked about. It can win you games, it can lose you games, and you look at Milaca for the ball game, 4 of 12 from the free throw line. Yeah. If it's some of my coaches back in the day, we're running a lot on yep. Wednesday. But, that's a ton of heart. That's a ton of battle by this team. You can even see still the reaction of Annabelle Gothman out on the court that she was just – I couldn't imagine. I mean, one thing to be in a game like this, but at least you can put your stamp on it. You can have an effect on it. If you miss an assignment or you miss a shot, I missed something. Mm-hmm. But if you're on the bench, you can't do anything. Right. All you can do is support. All you can do is talk and yell and, like, watch out for this or make sure you're doing that or whatever it is. But that's all you can do. You're basically almost helpless in that type of situation. And for a player that has been darn near critical to the success that the Wolves have had, credit the rest of the Wolves. Again, not one player makes the entire thing go, but at the same time, there are different people that have different effects on games. And she's one of those players that you change the way defense goes. Right? We talked a little bit at halftime that, 22, you double it 44. I figured they might score a little bit more, maybe get to 48. She goes out of the game, they get to 53.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that they got to 53. For a minute, I was like, 50 might be, like if Wolves score more than 50, they got a really good shot. 50 clearly wasn't going to be enough because, that's a player you're missing. But, just the clutch play of so many of the Wolves. You've seen Willow Hunt playing really good defense, getting a couple of, key rebounds and tie-ups. She got the tie-up down here underneath us at this end of the court. You see Bella Sahlstrom settling things down. She did kind of create a couple of turnovers, but the senior leadership, there is multiple times she said, all right, guys, we need to slow it down a little bit. We need to do this. We need to make sure we get a good possession out of the deal. Droogsma with a couple of real good shots. Just free throw line. We talked about that too. This is what the defense gave us. This is what we're going to take. We're not going to play outside of ourselves. We're not going to force things a little bit. We'll force it if we're at 1 second or the horn's about to sound. But don't force it before that. Make sure you be patient and you get what's there. And just the solid play of all those players. Haas coming in off the bench when Droogsma Sahlstrom got into a little bit of foul trouble. And, of course, then when Gothman fouled out of the game, just tremendous minutes. She picked up 2 fouls right away, but that's aggressive play. I got 5 fouls to work with. I'm going to go ahead and try to knock the ball away. If I knock that ball away and we don't get the foul, we're going to go ahead and take that. So you try to do stuff like that all day long. But the play of really all of the girls out there tonight was just tremendous. A team game, a team win. And we talked about having that confidence. They never seemed rattled. No. I mentioned at about 4 minutes to go. They came back and almost won the game, but Royalton with 4 minutes to go, they were down 9, and they looked anguished. They looked defeated. They looked panicked. There was a couple of them that had that kind of look on their face like, oh, my God, we're going to lose. And that was with 4 minutes to go. They knocked down a couple of threes, and so give them credit. That maybe it was just a look, and you have that momentary thought, and then you move forward and score. But that was one of those things. You never got that feeling from the Milaca Wolves, and they had that confidence that they were going to be able to come away with it. Now, maybe that confidence got a little shaken towards the end there. Yeah. But at the same time, they played a solid ball game tonight. Great defensive play, knocked down the shots when they had to, and just did all the things right to be able to win the game except for free throws.
Right, yeah, unfortunately, you mentioned it from in the game. They didn't step up to the line once in the first half. Second half, 4 of 12 for a 33.3 percentage from that free throw line. That'll be something that they'll try and fix here before Friday night. Before too many of you tune out here from the postgame, I want to remind you, Friday, me, Andy, Adam, we're going to be there for both games, both Bram and Milaca. They're back-to-back, by the way. It's 6 and 7:30.
Let's do it.
We're going to have, I think, we're going to somehow figure out how to have 3 guys on one call. Personally, I have never done it.
We're going to get Mac a mic. He's just going to start walking around. We're going to get
some background noise, some B-roll. We're going to get it all, ladies and gentlemen. But we will be there Friday night for the back-to-back games in the section championships for both Bram and these Milaca girls at Hollenbeck Hall on the campus of St. Cloud State. Bram will play at 6. Not sure against who yet. We'll get that. But Milaca will play against the number 1 seeded Sauk Center. But Andy, this is the type of things that playoffs are made of. And all you need, obviously, Sauk Center is I think by far and away the number 1 seed, and they show why.
Yes.
But if you're a team like Milaca, I don't think a ton of people outside of Milaca look at the team and go, they're going to get to the section championship. They themselves definitely thought that. They themselves knew that they had the team to do that. And that's all you need in the playoffs is that type of team, that type of chemistry, this type of, you mentioned it, complementary basketball. And that's all you need is a chance in the championship game. There's no reason they couldn't win it against Sauk Center.
If you can have the belief, you can do anything. And that's so hard to be able to get that belief. Getting players to wrap their head around, that type of thing. I remember, back in, high school playing, different various sports, that so many times you're having the conversation, it's like, oh, that school's bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It's still, the kids are the same age. They maybe have been playing, like different youth sports or something like that, but that doesn't mean anything. You get into class size like this, it's the same class size. Like, everything's built to be as equal as possible. And you got to go out there, you're going to roll the ball out there and play the game. And anymore now, teams have youth sports that start at any age. It's no longer where you have just one or two schools that start, youth sports incredibly young. Everybody's doing that at this point in time. And so to try to be able to make sure that your players have that mindset of, it doesn't matter that, that you're playing against a team like Sauk Center that's been there, done that forever. It doesn't matter that you're playing against a team like Albany that's been there and gone to state and, going to take a chance. You have to have that belief that you can win at any point in any game. You have to have that belief that our defense is going to be better than what your offense is going to be. We're going to score just enough to be able to beat what your defense is going to bring at us. You have to have that belief, and tonight they very clearly had that belief. Now, we'll see what happens on Friday. Hopefully they're able to keep that same level of belief, but the look on their faces, there's not a lot of fear. We were there, and we got close last year, and we played okay. Losing's one thing. Let's just go ahead and get the victory. We drove all the way over here. May as well just get the victory. It's, I suppose, as long as we're here. So it's making sure that you can have that confidence and that belief. I don't know who they play. Milaca plays Sauk Center. I don't know who Brand plays, but I think that Milaca can match up against Sauk Center. Sauk Center is, as you mentioned, far and away the best team in this section. I think that they're going to be a very tough matchup for this Milaca Wolves squad. Honestly, personally, I'm not going to go ahead and say that they're the more athletic team. I'm not just going to give the straight nod to Sauk Center. I'm going to word this very carefully because I want to make sure that everybody out there knows I'm generally on the side of the officials. I will give them the benefit of the doubt more often than not. I'm not going to say if the officiating is bad. I'm going to word it that I think that the officiating is going to dictate how that game is played. Yeah. If you let them play a little bit, if there's a little physical play that they're going to allow, that's going to benefit Milaca. Yep. If they're going to call it tight and foul trouble becomes a thing, I think Sauk Center is going to come away with that victory. They're going to have a really good chance to do that. Milaca's going to have an uphill battle just because of the size and the way that Sauk Center plays. But if they kind of let them bang around a little bit, tonight, it was kind of a little bit of both. Yeah. I think that 2 out of the 3 were letting them play, and I think it was one of them maybe called a little tighter. And again, I'm not mocking it. I'm not calling. I'm not getting after the officials. I think it's a tough enough job, and I wouldn't want to do it.
Thank you.
I don't have the guts to be able to do that. But I think that as a team, you have to be willing and able to adjust to the way that that's going to be. The way that game is played. You know what I mean? You have to understand, okay, they're going to call a little bit tighter. We have to play a certain way. And I think that if Milaca has to play a certain way and not play quite as reachy with that defense, it makes it a tougher night for the Wolves. But if they can play a little bit more of a physical brand of basketball, the old, I'm going to reference it to those that maybe went to the section finals or the section games up in the Northland, kind of a Duluth or North Arrowhead type of basketball. The Brand Bombers, when they used to go up to Romano, they let them bang around, and they played a physical brand of basketball up there. And if they let them do that, I think Milaca's got a really good chance to knock down the Main Streeters.
And we do know who Bram will play. They're going to play Walker Hackensack Akeley in that championship game. Excuse me, I was wrong. Bram is going to play that last game at 7:45. I apologize. So Bram will play the last game at Hollenbach Hall on Friday at 7:45. Milaca will play at 6.
If I remember correctly, that's a rematch from the section final last year.
I think you're
Bram
right.
And Walker Hackensack in that game. I remember I was on the floor of that, and that was a tremendous back and forth ball game. Such a tough game. That's going to be a banger of a game.
We're going to have 2 great games come Friday. We're going to all be there. I can't wait to be there and be along with you guys. Call that game. You're going to get a lot of passion, a lot of energy from us. But I want to talk about something that maybe some people might say I'm reading too much into. There's a lot of smiles down there, a lot of happy faces from Milaca. It also looks like they're getting ready for business. They're looking to Friday's game and saying, here's what we do. Here's what we didn't do well. Here's what we need to do better. They're already looking forward and going, how can we be better for Friday.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge thing. That's some of that senior leadership, some of that experienced leadership. We talked before about they're a little bit younger, but they do have a handful of seniors. That's having that leadership out there to, like, yes, celebrate it, have the fun, enjoy yourself, but we didn't win a championship tonight. We didn't. This is not the finale. We're going to take some pictures. We're going to have some fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves. But you know what? Friday night's going to be another battle. It's going to be another tough test, and we're going to have to get after it. I think that you take that little moment there off to the side. You know, even some of the fans out there, I think that, you know, like there's, you know, smiles and, you know, some high fives, but nothing is, you know, people aren't, you know, like throwing confetti and, you know, getting wild and excited about everything. They're taking it serious. You know, they're happy, they're excited, but it's one more step to the next step.
Absolutely, and again, we will be out there on Friday. We're going to have to get there about 3 hours early, maybe right as soon as Hollenbeck Hall opens up, just to find a seat. So I hope you're able to leave work at least a little bit early there on Friday. Hollenbeck Hall is always going to be packed for section championship night, and no different there for Friday. But we'll be out there, no doubt. We'll find a spot, we'll get set up, and we are going to be ready for Friday night's games. But we first have some boys basketball playoffs to attend to come Thursday.
Boys ball.
We'll be out there for Bram, Mora, and East Central, so stay tuned for that as well. But in this one, wrapping things up here, the Wolves get the victory over the Royalton Royals, 56-53 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Leading the way for the Wolves was Ashley Drugsma with 15, then 11 for both Madison and Annabelle Goffman, 13 for Bella Salstrom, and 6 for Willow Hunt. Leading the way rebound-wise was Annabelle Goffman with 9, but Ashley Drugsma and Willow Hunt came in for 7 each. They had 7 steals, 1 block. They were 4 of 12 from that free throw line and had 15 team fouls. We want to thank all of you who tuned in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're watching/listening on our YouTube right now, it's audio only, but I know you're still technically watching YouTube. We want to thank you for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube page and all of our Q Media Sports YouTube pages for all things local sports. Remember to subscribe, hit that red subscribe button. That way, every time we go live with the sporting event, you'll be notified, and all you got to do is click on that notification. Another way you can stay tuned is our morning shows on this station with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, or over on 100.9 FM with Josh and Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports updates. We'll talk this game, all the other games in our local listening area, plus some regional and national sports as well. Another way you can stay tuned is our websites for both stations. We'll have the broadcast schedule under the sports tab on the website. You'll have all the links on there for the games we'll be covering that week, plus some links for our YouTube, but most of them are audio only now that is playoffs, but that is subject to change. We'll also have articles on there, coaches and players interviews. Another way you can stay tuned is our social medias, both Facebook pages, both Instagrams, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Breaking sports news, LOI signings, broken records, coaches retiring, coaches being hired, all that and more, plus interviews and articles from games that we've been at on our social media. So be sure to like, subscribe, follow, do whatever it is you got to do to make sure you're up to date for all things local sports. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning into this game, and a special shout-out to all of our fine sponsors here, not only who sponsor us in the postseason, but in the regular season as well. If it weren't for you guys, well, we wouldn't be able to come out here and call these games. Andy Beckstrom, any final thoughts here before your next game will be Friday along with me and Adam, but any final thoughts here before we get headed out?
No, I just think it was a tremendous ball game tonight. This is what playoff basketball is all about, this type of atmosphere, this type of opportunity. I want to give a ton of credit to the Royalton Royals. There's a reason they were undefeated during the course of the season. They took advantage of the opportunity that they were given late in the game to try to be able to get back in this game and made it a ball game. They gave themselves a shot. That's all you can ask for. It rimmed off just a little bit, and congratulations to the Milaca Wolves. I'm personally extremely excited for that result. But it was just for me personally. Obviously, it's great to be able to have the old alma mater win, or the town that you live in. It's a little bit of attachment, but for the most part, us as broadcasters, we just hope for a good game. That's all you can ask for is a good game. The game's going to be what the game's going to be. Obviously, doing more games is better because then we get to keep coming out here. But you hope for the good game, and tonight these two teams gave us an absolute whale of a game, and just effort on both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was no slacking off. There was no lack of effort. It was, high-level basketball on both sides, and it came right down to the wire. And that's really what you hope for, is just something exciting to be a part of. And tonight was a high point of that.
It really was. And, we hope for a good game, but I'm not going to lie. I always hope for our local teams to win. I always cheer for our local teams. I always get so, not obsessed, but passionate about our local teams. I want them to do so well and continue to win, as we saw Milaca do here tonight. So that is going to do it for us. The final, the Wolves beat the Royals 56-53. They'll play on Friday in the section championship game against Sauk Center at 6 p.m. Again, we want to thank you for tuning in, our loyal fans. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. And remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through. Your kindness could truly make their day. You'd be surprised what a small act of kindness can do to someone and their mindset for that, not only that day, but that weekend and going forward. And remember, it costs nothing to be kind. So we want to thank you again for tuning in one final time. Wolves beat the Royals 56-53. For Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. That was Andy Beckstrom. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night.